Hey, what's up, guys? Steve, the book guy here from No Book Left Behind. It is June 1st. So generally, in the past, in the variety of different jobs that I have, at the end of every month, beginning of a new month, after, or more specifically after we finish something, we always try to go back and acknowledge, what went super well, what needs improvement, or, what direction we're going with things. So I thought I would take a moment and do exactly that. Just kind of take a moment, smell the roses, as it were. Kind of just assess where we are doing what we're doing. If you don't know what we do, I'm Steve the Book Guy. We do book rescue. I try to rehome as many books as I can. I'm the guy that you call when you have a mountain of boxes that you don't know what to do with, or any amount of books, really. I'll come and take care of them. And then what we do is we rehome those books through live shows. We have an antique mall booth, online stuff, and things of that nature. And to do that, we've actually turned, as you can see in my background here, my whole house is book storage. My garage, my basement, my upstairs is receiving. My wife is disabled, so we've approached life very, very different. And then doing this allows me to kind of stay home with her, take care of her, with the added bonus of rehoming books, which in of itself, kind of makes you feel real good. And I kind of feel like I'm improving the overall intelligence capacity of the universe with each book that I sell. Plus, books have a special place in my heart, and that's a whole nother video. But what I wanted to focus on this one was just kind of to real quick go over just some things that are going really well, and then some things that we're gonna be working on for this month. The first thing I want to show you guys is this is the lineup for June. We have 6, I call them buckets, in the back end here, and kind of the different shows where we move the books. And you guys can see that there. They're all pretty self-explanatory. I do like to be a little tongue-in-cheek when we do this stuff. So basically, what happens is when we receive the books, we don't scan them, we don't send them off to Amazon or anything like that. Everything stays here in the house. Goes to the garage. We receive it. We sort it. We put it in the buckets, the show buckets, as it were. And then once we get enough for the show, we run the show. And then if it doesn't sell in the show, no big deal. Still doesn't hit the trash, we'll rotate it in our antique mall, and then in and out until somebody picks it up. We'll bundle it. We get creative. We do this all day, every day. So I'm really happy about these graphics. I'll show you one more time. I haven't made creative stuff like this in a while, and it was kind of fun. One thing also to point out, the one in the middle there, the Book Facts Morning, that's actually that's more of a podcast show than it is anything else. What we've been doing is we've been building a database of all of the sell-through rates of different authors. I'll show it to you here. And so we go live on Whatnot, and then we sit, and then we're filling this thing out, because, book collectors are book collectors, whether you're a full-time bookseller or you're a hobbyist. I feel like I'm creating a little army of equipped, book knowledgeable people, so we can go out into all the world and really genuinely leave no book left behind, which is I think is really neat. And of course, if you know me for about 15 seconds, I'm a freaking nerd, like for real, not for funsies, but not that it isn't fun, because it is fun, but I ain't playing. If you followed all that, good on you. My coffee's kicking in. So anyway, we've been doing this show every Monday morning, and that's been really good. And then the VODs we're actually putting over here on our YouTube channel. I'm getting ready to change this banner here. And they're going on here. We don't have a lot of views yet, but we're not doing it for the views, but we're doing it really just to, so people can reference back. We talk about like bolos and be on the lookouts, and it'll be a really good channel if you were a person that goes out there and, hits the used bookstores, hits the thrift stores, hits the Goodwills, hits the Goodwill bins, all that kind of stuff. So if that's and plus I'm going to talk about all the other different stuff that we've kind of got going on, like what it's like to have a bookstore in your house. What does that life look like? Why are we doing the things that we're doing? How we plan to conquer the entire universe through books and knowledge and all of that stuff. So this will be all on here. So I hope to see you. We just got 40 subscribers so far, so ground floor, as they say. And then eventually, anyway, that's super fun. The other thing I wanted to show you is, of course, we're still very, very active on Twitter. And I know Twitter is kind of a hellscape right now, and I totally get that. But it is still one of the best places to get current, up-to-date, like in the now information. Of course, you got to be careful who you follow. You got to be, you got to double-check stuff. But we talk a lot about books. We got about 6,000 followers. We talk a lot about history and historical events. We talk about current events and the context of history and all of that kind of stuff. And so if this is still your place, definitely follow me on here. Sometimes we'll do auction previews and things of that nature. So that's going pretty well. Also, there's a very active disability community, and I'm being like super serious. If you are in a position where you are struggling with some things and you need a support group and you need just a circle of people that will understand, not necessarily like your specific conditions, but will understand, the life that chronic disability, long COVID, and things like that can create. So another reason why we do the shows, the Book Facts Morning and the a brand new show, the nonfiction show, they're actually designed to give kind of a safe space. I know that's like a trigger phrase for some folks, but truly a place, to see a smiling face, kind of nerd out. There's never any pressure to buy anything. That's the other thing that we kind of do with the books. We just kind of slow it down, have a place to hang out. If you've had a bad week, we can talk about it. If you've had a great week, we can talk about it. And we can talk about the books, or, you could just listen to me drone on about MC Escher and how neat he is while we flip through a book, kind of whatever it is that you want to do. And I really enjoy it. A lot of the folks that are on here do also come to the show, or shows. So that's super fun. So then the last thing I kind of wanted to show you guys is just kind of how well Whatnot. This is the live streaming platform that we've really kind of just like hardcore committed to this year. It's going super well. It's been a really nice way to connect and with a community that isn't necessarily local. I would love to meet more local folks, and that's definitely one of the big goals for June. But just to smell the roses right here, we are pushing about 1,300 followers. And that's probably like, think of it more like Twitch than anything else. So that's like 1,300 followers on Twitch. We got about 4,000 books sold, just under, bunch of reviews, enough that you can trust me that I'm going to send you the book in the condition that you saw it when you bought it. You know what I'm saying? And of course problems come up from now and again. We always, we're very easy to work with, and we really do like the books. We actually wrap them and we waterproof them. And we back them with recycled book boards, the whole deal. And then we do, again, I always make the joke in my shows. I'm very blessed to live, like I have to drive past a post office to get to town. So it makes it very easy to stay consistent on shipping. So come hang out. We got a bunch of stuff coming up. You can see it here. We schedule them way out in advance, and then you can always come in and you can pre-bid and that kind of stuff. That way, in case you can't make the actual show, you can always get the books. And if you're local, we are in the process of figuring out how to do local delivery in here. Cause that's probably, I talked about, at the beginning of the show, I talked about one of the things that I really want to improve this month insofar as what we're doing is I really want to connect more, with local folks. I want to connect more with, everybody, really, just the book community in this area. There's actually a really strong book community, and I'm kind of on the fringes of it. We do have a large antique mall that I know a lot of folks visit because, I've had it for years and I see the sales numbers. So I know you're out there. But let's meet, let's talk. I know they just opened up a bookstore down in Troy, which is super cool. I'm a rising tides raise all ships kind of person. I'm always looking for ways that, with whatever somebody's got going on, how we can complement that. And, so I'm an everybody wins kind of guy. I don't like it when there's losers. We could talk about trade deficit. Anyway, I'm being kind of tongue in cheek. But I want to meet as many people as I can. I also want to meet clean out people. The folks that go in and clean out the homes before they go on the market. I want to meet real estate agents. I want to meet anybody and everybody. I want to meet apartment managers, community managers, condo managers, retirement home managers, anybody that would find themselves with a massive amount of books that they don't know what to do with. I am the solution to that problem. You know, the first and foremost, I'm going to make sure none of the books hit the trash. Me and my two boys, and well, all three really, are all going to, you know, we'll come lift it, carry it, box it, pack it. We will solve the problem. We won't leave you with any books either. You know, we won't come scan it. We won't, you know, we're going to fix it. That's what we do. We fix it. And then, like I said, it all sits in the garage for as long as it takes to get it to where it needs to be. No book left behind. And again, I really, really enjoy putting books into people's hands. Like, it saved my life. I could have made many different choices. I've had many different opportunities to do a bunch of different things. And, the North Star for me was always, you know, the characters I found in the books doing the right thing. And I shudder to think, had I not found that moral compass in fantasy fiction and heroes like, you know, Stern Brightblade and Tanis Half-Elven and, you know, the Dragonlance Chronicles, where you do the right thing no matter what, no matter how hard it is. I think the world needs a few more heroes, not to quote Tracer from Overwatch, but so books are cool. I like books. No book left behind. Help me keep saving them. And also don't be scared off that I keep saying big collections. I'll take small ones. I will make offers on collections if it's appropriate. If you have a bunch of collectible books that you're needing to find new homes and it's all overwhelming, I can help you with that as well. Again, I have 1,300 followers right here on Whatnot, and right there in the corner. So I got 1,300 book people that I can offer your collection to. So you know what I'm saying? It's not just about taking them when people don't want to deal with them. I can also help book people find homes for their books. So because wouldn't it be nice to see your collection go out, whatever your circumstances, and there's many circumstances, to make sure that stuff doesn't hit the trash. And so let me work with you. We'll figure it out. There's a solution to every problem, and I like problem solving. It keeps me going, keeps the brain going. But that's all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to do just a state of the stash. The state of the stash is pretty all right. We've got a lot of room to grow. The bills are paid, and for the most part, which these days you can't bitch too much about. And we're just gonna keep on keeping on and trying to do a little bit better. So, but introduce me to the people you know. I want to know everybody. Real estate agents, clean out people, estate sale people, auction people, community managers, all those folks. Send them my way. Let them know I exist. I often do, just one quick anecdote and I'll let you go. I promise. I just picked up like 12 boxes from a condo. I believe she was a condo manager, and one of her tenants just left it there. And of course she's a book person and she'd never throw a book away. So she knew I existed. I came and I got the books, and we're in the process of rehoming those books out. And it might take me 6 months to a year, but that's what we're going to do. I've got stacks and piles and show buckets, and we'll get them to where they need to be. So appreciate it. If you made it all the way to the end here, this is probably, I appreciate it. That's all I got until I make another video. See you guys.